is another episode of Cooking with Coco LaBon, and today I'm going to make my famous macaroni and cheese. I have already prepped a pan, I'll show you. So, because I'm taking this to someone's house, I just bought one of these big 4 pans, and I sprayed it with some vegetable oil spray, but you can use any kind of spray so that the mac and cheese does not stick. You do not want it to stick. And I have also basically put a whole box of elbow macaroni that I have cooking in this pot here. Move that a little bit. So that's cooking in here. And that's going to take, I don't know, maybe 15 minutes or so, 15-20 minutes to get soft. So while that's cooking, I'm going to make my cheese sauce. And I'm not measuring too much, but the first thing I want to do is make a roux. So that's just basically butter and flour, and it's like a thickener, so it's going to add the base for my cheese sauce. So I'm going to add, I don't know, a couple of teaspoons of flour to this while it's melting. I kind of did a couple of heaping teaspoons of flour, but that's okay. So you can see it in here. And I'm just going to keep stirring it until it makes sort of a paste. Oh, that looks good. So you can kind of see that it's becoming sort of this. That's exactly what I want it to look like. Add a little more. Keep stirring it. I want to slowly add it because what I'm going to do is create sort of a thick, like a cheese soup. And once my macaroni is ready, I'm basically going to put my macaroni in my 4 pan and just put it in the bottom, drain it out, and then I'm going to just pour the cheese sauce over it, incorporate it with the macaroni, and put a little cheese on the top, and then I'm done. So the cheese I'm going to be using today, and in the interest of time, I already sort of cut it up. So this is smoked Gouda cheese, which gives it a nice smoky flavor. And then this is Asiago cheese, which is very salty and kind of dry. And it's just a really good combination of flavors. And then I will add some cheddar cheese, also some cheddar cheese as well. And I like to cut it into small cubes because it will help it melt faster when I add it to my buttermilk. Oh, let me turn this handle around. So let me get this going. And I don't have the heat up too high because anytime you have the heat high with milk, you might scald it or burn it, and you don't want to do that. So you want it to incorporate slowly. I just want it to be nice and warm. So, and I'm just going to go ahead and add the rest of it. Because even if I make too much sauce, I can use it another day. I can just freeze. You can freeze it and use it later. Into the milk mixture, into the buttermilk. And it's basically all going to melt and create this really nice, like a cheese soup. And I'll just show you here. You can see what that looks like. Okay, I'm back. Now, my cheese sauce, or cheese soup cheese sauce, looks nice and thick. So the other thing I did add to this was shredded cheddar cheese. And I like extra sharp. And I've got my macaroni in the pan. So this is always tricky. I think I'm going to use a ladle. And I'm going to ladle it in so I don't make like a huge mess trying to pour it in too fast. And make sure it's nice and close. And you can see, so there's still chunks of cheese in here that didn't melt all the way. That's perfectly fine. It just makes it that much cheesier. If you don't like that, you can separate those out and melt them down in a pot. But I like the chunks of cheese. And my oven is set on 375. This will need to bake probably for about an hour. And I will also mention, normally I put about a tablespoon of Dijon mustard in here, but I recently found out that I am allergic to mustard, unfortunately, so I did not add any mustard. Just thank goodness I am not allergic to cheese, or this would be a disaster if I was allergic to cheese or dairy, because we all know how hard that is. But you could always use a cheese substitute of some sort if that is your situation. So that it doesn't get too messy, I'm going to try to work it in so that my pan does not overflow. And the cheese chunks they will also melt a little more during the cooking process. So I'm just going to finish putting the cheese sauce in here. I may have some left over. If I do, again, I'm just going to freeze it and use it another day. And the last thing I'm going to do is I will sprinkle some cheddar on top. Just a little bit of sharp cheddar cheese left. Some people like to put, breadcrumbs on top. I just like to put the cheese on top. I feel like the breadcrumbs, I don't know, dry it out a little bit. And, they'll add a nice crunch to it, I suppose. But I just prefer it like this. Okay. And just sprinkle the cheese on top. So she's going to go into a 375-degree oven. I'm going to do 45 minutes and check it. Sometimes I do an hour. And then I'll show you the finished product. See you later. Here is the final mac and cheese. It is done and ready to go. Just need to let it cool down. See you next time.